Hey, what's going on, dudes? My name is TDC and welcome back to ARK Survival Evolved. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic day. It's been a little while since the last episode and I do apologize, but I've been sick. Over this last week I took 3 days off of work and I just laid around. I played a little bit here. I've got some stuff I can show you that I've been doing some just progress work around here. But other than that, I haven't done too much. I've been waiting for you guys to do any like real big buildings. So yeah, being sick is no fun, but it does allow for a little bit of time to get some stuff done. So let me show you what we got going on. I told you last episode I think we were going to be working on like a 4G area, and that's what this is. So right over here we had this huge rock and we couldn't really do anything on like with it, so I just decided to build on top of it. I laid down a bunch of foundations and stacked them up, and we have this cool little flat spot up here, which I think we're gonna just put a bunch of forges and some storage and different things like that. It'll be kind of cool. And then I started laying out some plots, and oh, the trees too. You're probably wondering about these. These are all from the Ecos mod. So we got all the different Ecos mods here. We got the Eco and Wonderland. I think that's the Aberration one. This one is the Landscape, and that one is the Redwood. We've got a couple of other ones inside. I haven't messed with those too much. We had the garden decorations, which you checked out last time, but other than that, I think that's really about it for the decoration stuff. But I wanted to take a look at some of the different trees to see what I wanted to plant around here, and these are all the different trees, minus a couple probably, but there's a few that I really like. I like this one. I think this one is from Scorched Earth. I'm not exactly sure where that one's from. I know that one's from Scorched Earth, and maybe this one. I don't exactly know, but there are some really cool looking ones, and we're gonna try to use a few different ones. But these these are my favorite. They look so cool. These are from the Aberration map, I suppose. If they come from the Aberration decor table, and I haven't played Aberration, but this really, it kind of looks like it. So you guys will have to let me know. But we got blue ones and we got purple ones over here. So we got a big and small versions. So that one being the big one and that one being the small one, which the small ones are pretty big as well. But they really glow at nighttime, and it's almost nighttime here, so I'm happy to be able to show you guys what it looks like. But yeah, so I've been trying to think about which trees we want to use around here. So I think we're just going to use a different variety of everything. We probably won't use this one. That one's, it's nice, but I don't really care for it too much. We'll probably use this one around the water. These two, that's like a small and big variant. We're definitely going to be using these because I love them. And then these ones I think we'll probably use here. These are pretty cool. So I think the only ones that we're not going to use are the ones that are not shown, and we're probably not going to be using this one here, which I don't know what this one is called. What is this one? The Ironwood. And this one is the palm tree, palm tree, which it just doesn't really match this area too much, and we probably won't be using this one. So those are the couple that we're not using. Everything else we're going to try to mix in a little bit. And we do have redwoods, but I don't think we're going to be using those too much. I prefer these. Well, that is a redwood, isn't it? There's another redwood. Hold on, it looks different too. I didn't know that one was a redwood. Hold up, wait a minute, let's go look real quick. So it's in here. This one, this is a redwood tree. So what's the difference here? I wonder. We'll take a look at the structure here to my left in just a second. But yeah, so what's the difference here? Oh, that's just like a really big one. We may use these if we wanted to, if we decide to use like the platforms or something, but I don't know if the platforms will snap to this or not. So we'll have to try that out eventually. But I think for now we'll probably just use these ones here because they look the best. But I've also built a wall, and this took forever. I honestly thought about using cheats going into creative mode to build this, but I figured this out over here. Let me show you a couple of the new dinos we got. We got a beaver and I got a dodecarus, and these guys in combination with this little rafty thing that I have over here and the area right over on the other side of my base here. Hold up, let me grab this dude and I'll show you where we go. So I take this little, I load them up on the raft, I bring them over here. And so we got all of these beaches over here. So I get a ton of wood from there. There's a ton of rocks as well. And then over here we got even more rocks and more trees. And then over on the far side we've got even more. So I just come over here, spend about 15 minutes. I can clear out the whole thing, and I get like, I think about about a quarter million wood. And I think I get about like 60,000 stone. So it's a lot of resources to gather in a short amount of time. So it made building that wall really, really easy, which is cool. And it gives us a lot of resources to build with as well. So in here, inside this structure table, you can see I've got, this is what little bit I have left. I pretty much used up all my stone on everything, but I got a ton of wood left also. So that's pretty cool, right? So moving on over here, you guys, some of you guys may remember, this is an old structure that I built a long time ago, and I've built this on every server, so I just figured I might as well build it here. But this is the little seaside cabin. This started off as just the normal seaside cabin, but then I added kind of this garage thing on the side. And just every map that I've ever played on, I've always built this house, so I decided to go ahead and build it again here. And I think we'll probably use this as our home. So we'll set up a couple of different beds and stuff. Actually, we'll probably set up beds in like all of our houses. That way we have multiple respawn points, which I think will be nice. But then I also spent some time trying to figure out how I wanted the flow around this place to work, and I started laying out some plots. So I think these would be fun shapes to try to build with. We got some, you know, your pretty normal ones here. This is a 3x3, and then this one here was a 3x5, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so 3x5, and then I've got these three right here in the middle, which I don't know, could be interesting. And this one I'm kind of excited about because it's a 2x3, so it's 6 foundations, right? But it's long ways. Like, I want to try to build long ways instead of width ways. Normally you lay down like a 6 or 2x3 going sideways, and you build, you know, like the front within the long side here. But I want to try to do that reverse and just see what happens. And we got a 2x2 made out of wood, and then we got this one, which is what is this one? 3x4. So pretty standard there, and I think this is another 3x3. So we got just a bunch of different shops to build and stuff like that I'm just kind of excited to get back into the building. So I think today what we're gonna do is work on the forge. I need to get a bunch of I want to get a bunch of metal production up and going. We may go take a look and see if we can find an Anki somewhere close by and try to get it tamed up as well. So I've also made a long neck rifle with some darts, and I got plenty of narcotic. I think I have more than this, not positive, somewhere. Oh, I got a bunch of meat, that's what it is. So we just need some berries and I can get some more narcotics up and going. So yeah, that's pretty much what I got going on here. I took the fence itself, this took in the upwards of, I think, like a day and a half or so. It took a long time. I spent like probably a good 10 to 12 hours building the wall. It goes all the way around. So it basically just goes up from this little mountain thing to that one, and then across to that one, and then from that one across to the side back over there by my house. So it's a big fence, but it keeps all the guys out. We were having Spinos spawn over here, which I didn't see when we first started, so I'm kind of glad I got the walls up and going. But yeah, so check out these trees, man. It's starting to get a little bit darker, so you can see that they just really pop at nighttime, and I think it's going to be really cool looking. So we probably won't use like a ton of them because we want them to kind of stand out, but we will use a couple of them for sure. So that's the plan. But alright, so I'm going to get our stuff together, and then we'll come back in just a second. Oh, and then I also wanted to show you guys too. I showed this off on the Crystal Isles map that we were playing with the Poop and Evolve guys when I was building that city with Drax. Where did this stuff go? I think it's in this chest. Yeah, so I got this parchment coloring, right? So it's parchment dye, and you can put it in all of these S+ torches. So it makes the flames not quite as orange. So that's the normal vanilla color for fire. But I like these a little bit better for the torches because they put off a little bit more natural lighting. Like, it's still kind of got the fire glow, but it's not as red. So you see how dark it is? But all you got to do is just open them up and you throw a piece of color in there, or a dye, and then it just kind of lights up the area a little bit more. It's a little bit easier to see out of. If we come up, oh, can we make it up this? Hit. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, you just throw some dye in there and then it turns it kind of a little bit more of a whitish orange color, which I think is a lot nicer. Look at those trees, man. It's so good. One thing I do want to do with this wall is I want to make it thicker. Because right now it's just the 4 tall walls with a wooden one on top and then 2 stone fences around the top, the very top. And then I've got the tall pillars plus 2 regular pillars, I believe, going up like every couple of panels or so. But yeah, so I want to make this thicker. So either coming out this way or coming out the other way. I'm not exactly sure yet, but I think it'd be cool to actually have like a big barrier wall all around the island. And then the plan is I don't know if I explained it last time or not. What I really wanted to do with this village is because I want to, it is a little dark and I apologize, but I want to build out this way and I want to utilize a lot of the stuff that we did as far as like the cliff building. So I'd like to build up to this point and then maybe build over to here and then build over to, you know, kind of go across all these little different things like that and go up to these platforms as well with different structures and all that. But then like over on this island, I'd like to build another wall all the way around and kind of have like different districts, right? If that makes sense. It's a big project because over here it's going to be a little rough because we got a lot of Titanoboas and a lot of the swamp guys. So it'll be kind of hard, but I think we can do it. Once we get some more powerful dinos, we can kind of have some bodyguards while we're building. But then on this side, I think this pretty much goes into mainland, so we probably won't do a whole lot of building on this side. I'd like to try to keep it to these mountains if we could, or these little rock cliff overhangs, and just kind of go from there. I think would be really, really neat. So it's going to be a big, long, drawn-out process, but I think once we actually start building, it's going to be really cool, and I can never find my way back home. So it's over here. So already you can see just with the trees and stuff that we have planted over here, it really brings these little islands to life, which I think is going to be sweet once we get a bunch of them set up. So yeah, that's the idea. Alright, so I think we got just about everything. We're going to take a look at these here in a little bit. These are bridges and they're so cool. Hopefully we can make some of those work, but if we can't, not the end of the world. But I got some ideas for them. So the idea is up here. This is going to be kind of like our 4G crafting area. It'll be pretty open to the elements. I think back in this corner I want to put one of the big industrial forges once we get around to making them, but for now we just got these normal refining forges for us to use. So I think what we'll do is we'll set these guys up back here, whoops, right there, and we'll just kind of line them against this cliff side. We'll try to turn them so they're not all facing the same way, like so. It doesn't have to be perfect. I've learned the less perfect that you build things in this game, the better they end up looking. So if you try to, you know, do it like, say like Minecraft or something like that, where you just snap them all in a row, they tend to look a little off, and it doesn't look the best. So we got those there. Let's do our, oh, I forgot our smithy. Hold up. Let's go grab that guy real quick. It is in here, I think. Did we make one? Yeah, we did. It's right there. So we'll grab this guy, and then I want that to be kind of in that little corner up there. And that will be like so. We're probably really, I don't know if we'll end up using this too much over here, because I have a feeling I'm going to keep most of my materials down in the house. But it would just be nice to be able to have something like that over here as well. And then I also have this the S plus crafting station, which I think I'll probably put somewhere here in the middle, like this. And then I brought over some tables that I want to put like against this fence right here. Maybe there and here, and that is going to be for our mortar and pestles. So we'll just have a whole bunch of these lined up on top of the tables. That way they're easy to get to, and we won't have to like hunch over or anything like that to get to them. Yeah. So I apologize for my voice, guys. I can feel it. I know it sounds crummy. Spike was streaming the other night, and I jumped on. I was hanging out with him for a little bit, and I could barely talk then. I think my voice sounds 100 times better now than it did then. So yeah, it was pretty rough there for a little bit. I didn't know if I was gonna make it, but we did. And I also made some benches by accident. I thought that these were the tables. So what if we put like a bench here? Yeah, that's not bad. I don't know why we'd want a bench there. We'll put a couple of benches here. Yeah, that works. So the idea with this this right here is once we get to building over here, like I want to have a dock line kind of running all around to the different spots, and then from there it'll branch out, go up to different spots and all that kind of stuff. But I want a dock here where I can offload all of our metal. We can just basically bring it up here and then throw it into what will be our industrial forge at some point. But it's just kind of easy access, so we don't have to go like all the way around to the front and pull it up that way. So that was the idea with that. I got 4 more forges. I might as well just throw these down somewhere like so. And why not? Yeah, that looks okay. So I'm also gonna see about looking into some of the other crafting stuff to see what all we can make just to kind of decorate this place out, because right now it's a little boring. We got everything we need to craft, but there's not a whole lot to look at. So there's just so many cool little knick-knack things that you can make. One of my favorite new things that I found, this is pretty cool. I may put one of these up there too. This is basically just storage. It's got quite a bit of storage actually, but it's just like a little cart. Sorry about that. My dog started barking at something. He's been going crazy here recently. But yeah, so I wish you could fill stuff up. Like whatever you put in here, I wish it would actually show. Because how cool would that be to have like a little cart up there with like all our raw metal in it or something like that? You know, I think that'd be pretty neat. Mod devs, if you're listening, that might be something cool. But yeah, so we got these little benches too, which are cool, a little bit more intricate. We got the storage crates, which these have always been in the game, but it's cool that you can stack them up like that. But these are my favorites. They're like little shutters that you can put around your windows. They don't do anything, they're just a decoration thing, but they look really nice. I really like them, and they're a good color too. They're kind of like offset from the other wood that's in the game, which I like, which is pretty neat. So anyways, give me a little bit. I'm gonna try to find some stuff that we can throw around up there, and then we'll be right back. Alright, so I've got a few things here. I don't know how they're all gonna look, but we're just gonna try them out to see. A lot of this stuff I haven't placed yet to see kind of what it looks like. So this is a war table. Probably not the best build for up here, but it is the center map. So that's kind of cool. Let's get rid of our inventory there so we can see. That's kind of neat. This is not the best place for it though, so I'll probably go ahead and pick this guy up here. But I did bring, I don't think we'll actually be able to put this down unless we find one of those little water holes. This is the thing from Scorched Earth, which I wish you could just place this anywhere even if it didn't work. Like, I think would be cool. No. So that ain't gonna do nothing. But I did bring this, the water reservoir, which I think will look good up here. A lot of these, oh, but it's got a top on it, doesn't it? I forgot about that, and it's gonna snap. Which I guess that's fine. I put that right there. Yeah, that's okay. It doesn't really have to do anything. But you see like a lot of like forges and stuff like that. You have like kind of the, what do they call it? The kiln, I think, where there's like the heat source, but it's open and you can't really see it. So yeah, that would have been cool if you could do something like that. But nonetheless, let's see. I got some other tables I want to see. Like that one's, it's not bad. I don't really know what we'd put on it. I kind of like the just the normal vanilla tables over here. Then I've got a long table, which it is not kidding, man. That is a long table. But again, I think that's better for indoors. So we got that, and then we got some just normal little buckets, which I think these are cool. That is not a bucket. What am I trying to place down here? Oh, weird. It was like snapping. It looks really strange. You can kind of see the bucket down there in the bottom. I don't know why it's showing like that table thing. And it's snap into the water reservoir, which is strange. Oh, does it? Will it fill with water, I wonder? I bet you it probably will. But we'll just put this one here for now. It's kind of just some smaller decoration. And then I also brought some of these dudes. I'm not sure I'm gonna like the way these look. Okay, I guess that's like flame particles. It'd be nice if I could see which way it was facing. That's a little much. They look kind of cool. But that's a little much. They don't really do anything. It's not terrible. Not bad. And then I also made a couple of these. If you guys noticed, I've got these kind of placed up right in the corner of my house. Which I thought these were going to be kind of cool. But again, they put off that orange light. Which is not bad. But they're just kind of like, for some like little decoration, I think looks cool. So we can maybe put a couple of these up there. So, all in all, not bad. Oh, and I've got our Dodo topiary thing right there. I love it. So candles. Where I'm gonna pick these guys up. I don't care for these too much. Give me that. And give me that. Okay, so maybe we could put some candles here in the corner. Put that guy there. Maybe another small one here. Kind of just like some backup light. That could work. Oh, we can't put candles on there. That would have been cool. We put candles on here. Why not? But yeah, so this is kind of what I had in mind. Just kind of a bunch of random doodads up here so we could just do a bunch of bulk crafting. Oh, you know what we need up here is storage. I was originally just going to use this as storage because this has got a ton of storage space in it. Which we might do, but we may throw some like just crates up here for decoration. I have really been enjoying the fact that you can pull stuff from your inventory, which is really cool. So if we come in here, I can show you if we do crafting, no, storage. So say we want like just one of these. So you highlight it, you click and highlight, and then you pull this button, although there's already everything in here. But basically what it does is it pulls that into your inventory. So if we do something like this, do storage, is that S plus? Yeah. So I don't have this stuff in my inventory to make this, but if I click highlight it and then click this button, it pulls everything from whatever other storage is around me into my inventory so I can make it, and I can just keep doing this, which is pretty nice. It does a lot of really cool stuff. And then you can also pull a whole bunch of stuff to you at once if you want. So let's see if I can do that, if I remember how to do that. So say I want wood. This is all part of S+. So I can come from the crafting station and I could pull all 183,000 of it if I wanted to. So that's how I've been offloading all of the stuff on my raft here. So I go harvest everything with those two guys, leave it in those chests, and then I come in here to this structure bench, or the crafting station, and I just say pull all the wood and stone, and it pulls it directly from those chests into here, and then I can just get started crafting, which is really, really handy. But yeah, so let's take these dudes and find a spot for them. Like I said, once we get the enough metal and stuff going, I'd like to put one of the big refining forges in the corner. And we also have the forge mods. I don't know, you can make the forge maker, and then it's got a bunch of different stuff in it, so we may take a look at those as well, just to kind of have up and around here. But we're gonna do a mix of kind of like this rustic you know, stone and wood building, but there's also going to be like the metal stuff that ARK provides. So anything that ARK has, like the generators and elevators and stuff like that, you know, we can always use some of that metal, which I think will look kind of cool, to be honest. So I am going to, for now, give my voice a rest. I don't want to push it too hard because otherwise it'll take longer for it to come back. But yeah, so I'm going to figure out what else we can do for the rest of this episode, and then we'll be right back. Alright, well, we are just about out of time for this episode. I got one more thing to do, and we're over here gathering some berries here real quick. So, are you mad at me? Oh, I accidentally hit that guy, and I wasn't sure if those, like, aggro on you or not, but it looks like they just run. But yeah, so, dudes, this beaver, I didn't really show the stats off on these guys earlier. So this is Bubsy, named after one of my patrons. This beaver is a boss. Oh no. I just leveled up its health. It had 4 levels on it, and leveling up its health gives you over 1,000 levels per bump, which is crazy. So he's already got a bunch of weight that I pumped into him, and his melee damage is pretty good too. He does about like 120 per hit. So it's not awful. It's not great. He's not like a super battle beaver or nothing yet. But we'll get there eventually. But this guy is awesome. So he is a major wood collector for me. And it's pretty fantastic. So I hit about like 2 or 3 trees over there, and I got over almost 15,000 wood, which is great. But yeah, so I spent a little bit of time. I ran around for a little while, trying to figure out what we could do for the last little bit, and I ended up coming across a dude that we needed, and I picked him up. I borrowed Spike's Quetzal. Hopefully he didn't mind. It's returned. But yeah, so I borrowed his Quetzal and found this guy. It's a level 140 Anki. And he's been starving out here for a little while. Man, I thought you were something bad. He's been starving out here for a little bit, so I'm just going to throw a bunch of berries on him, and we'll see how his tame goes. Might take a little bit, but cough attack. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, so he should be able to tame up, but he's not going to be like a... Whoa, I thought you started glowing. I thought you went Super Saiyan, man. So he's not going to be like a perfect tame or anything like that, but I just need something to give me a little bit of metal. Are you going to be able to finish taming, I wonder? Hopefully. He's been starving out for about an hour now. It would be nice if you would. But yeah, so I think that's pretty much going to do it for today's episode. Oh, I did get this guy. He was walking around. I found a level 140 dodo. So I went ahead and tamed it up. And we got that guy up and going. So we got Pudgy over here. He's guarding our front door. He's a bad mamma jamma. I don't know what the ratio is for the melee damage, but that seems kind of high for a... He gets about like 20 or 30 or so per pump. So I don't know, maybe we got a battle dodo. That'd be pretty sweet. But yeah, so let's get this guy tamed up, and then we'll go ahead and wrap up the episode here for today. So pretty excited about building around here, man. One of my ideas for this area in particular... So I think a little bit earlier I was talking about oh look at, he's gonna tame up. Haha! I didn't see what his numbers were though. So we're gonna name this guy. You guys come up with a name. We tamed him on camera, so it's up to you guys. Oh, speaking of which, do I have a saddle on me? I didn't. Follow me this way, sir. But speaking of which, somebody left a name for our Pteranodon last episode, and I'm not 100% sure on the pronunciation. Are you coming? Well, he's not very quick, is he? But yeah, so not 100% sure on the pronunciation of this guy, but I think it's pronounced flak. Like flak armor. It's just spelled different. So I don't know, if you're watching, the one who left that comment, if you're watching, leave a pronunciation because I'm kind of curious. I think it's flak. Like it sounds like F-L-A-K, flak. But I could be wrong on that. So, but I'll leave this guy up to you guys to name. And hopefully you guys come up with something pretty cool, and I will see you guys in the next one. Alright, so thank you guys so much for coming to hang out with me today. I really do appreciate it. Sorry about the sick voice and all that stuff. Hopefully by next episode it'll be back to normal. But anyways, if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you hit that like button for me down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time. Alright, thanks so much for watching. Peace.